As part of efforts to stem the tide of incessant land encroachment being encountered by tertiary institutions by different communities in Kwara State, the government has urged for the commencement of commercial farming on the perimeter of the schools. The State Commissioner of Tertiary Institutions, Dr. Mary Arinde, gave the advice during the harvesting of 20 hectares of cassava and maize by Kwara State Polytechnic Embarks. The management of Kwara State Polytechnic had been having running battles with some communities for the past few years over the ownership of where the institutions is sited, with more than half of the land already encroached.
I, therefore, appeal to the government, Alumni Association of the Polytechnic, and philanthropists to come to the aid of the institution in constructing a perimeter fence around the Polytechnic campus. We believe that if the Polytechnic is fenced, it will take care of this next challenge, which is challenge of land encroachment. I regret to inform you that the Polytechnic is currently occupying 6% of its land mass. %41% of the entire land mass has been encroached. To worsen the situation, the encroachment is in such a way that it enveloped the 6%. The remaining 53% is not accessible because the Polytechnic we have to pass through the encroached portion before it can access the virgin land. This is a very serious problem. Year in, year out, or let me say every year, we normally have third fund normal intervention. And at times, we will be lucky to get special intervention or high impact projects. So it will get to a time that even if we have money to develop the Polytechnic, there won't be space to develop because all the land has been encroached.
With several meetings held with stakeholders, it was eventually resolved. In order to avert future occurrence, the management of the school has embarked on commercial farming on the remaining part of the land, and it is now time for the harvesting of the 20 hectares of land.
Led to this idea is to find a way of discouraging or curbing encroachment, utilizing the vacant land for agricultural purposes so that we can make food available and affordable to the Polytechnic community, surrounding community, and the state at large. So the purpose is to discourage encroachment and making use of the land positively. We cleared 10 hectares initially. So when we finished clearing the 10 hectares, we moved to the second phase, which is another 10 hectares. So making 20 hectares altogether. The state government, under the leadership of our amiable governor, is working assiduously to ensure food availability and affordability. So in order to support his agricultural programs, that is why we also embark on this farm, so that we serve as a support to the government.
The representative of the Commissioner of Tertiary Institutions was taken round the farm, and the harvested 180 tons were later harvested, with future plans to improve later.
It will. Actually, in most of our institutions that have this land encroachment matters, none of the institution heads has gone the way the rector had gone today. None of them. They were always talking of fence, and we can see that every institution has a vast parcel of land, and you cannot fence everything. That's why when you go to any institution, even the private institutions, they can't fence their whole land, talk less of a government-owned institution. So this idea of using the virgin land to farm is a welcome idea. And I know by the time the institution heads have their next meeting, this issue will be raised there. And all the video clips will be relayed to them. They will see it, and I think that will ginger them. It's a very good initiative. I was telling him that they should start at the outskirts and leave the inner side, so that they will know they have circumferenced every parcel of land that belongs to the college. It's a very...
So initially, we had this land contention with the villagers. They were bent on we will not do this farming work. But thanks for our amiable rector, he called a meeting comprising of the villagers and the polytechnic management, and we dialogued together on a peace talk, and they all agree with us. It's going to be a continuous work project. After harvesting, we keep expanding and more hectares and increase in our produce as well.
I feel so happy because we are learning a lot of things, and we are going to achieve a lot being part of this program. Because what we are learning here, some other people don't have the privilege.
We learn the practical.
We've learned how to the planting, the harvesting, the bulldozing, processing, also, and the cleaning and everything.
The final message from the state government to other tertiary institutions is to commence farming across the perimeters to ward off intruders and land grabbing. Maridia Abdulhakim reporting for Expressium TV.